Morning, Sunday, just after 10 o'clock, and we have a hole in the garage. So I'm opening it to show you, and that means the Suzuki's just been collected off to Lymington Way, New Forest, with its new owner, who were very happy. Nice to hand it over, nice to make someone's day so early in the morning on a Sunday. So next up, we need to get a car advertised in that slot, and I thought what I'd do is I've obviously got two. I've got the Skoda and I've got the Mini. Both of those I could put into those places. I think I'd ask AI what it thinks I should advertise first. We'll put the data in and see what it comes up with. Let's give it a go. Morning. It's Monday in the middle of July. And it's peeing down with rain. Which means only one thing. I've probably got to get a car ready for sale. I haven't decided which one yet. As I mentioned, I've got a Skoda Octavia, which I bought in my last video, and a Mini Cooper. So two cars, both of them got reasonable metrics. Skoda Octavia has a 91 retail rating. Mini Cooper has got a 60 retail rating, roughly the same days to sale, projected days to sale of around 30. So what I thought I'd do, rather than make the decision myself, is plug it into ChatGPT, put the data in, and see what it thinks I should spend my time cleaning today and getting advertised. Right, so I've plumbed this into ChatGPT. Told him my used car dealership needs to know which car to prioritise. Got the Mini Cooper, so I've put in the Auto Trader retail rating, the projected days to sell, and the market health of both cars, and just explain what the retail rating is. And this is what it's come up with. Based on the information, it says, it looks at the Mini Cooper and Skoda Octavia, and the long and the short of it is the Octavia is the one to advertise. Sort of what I was thinking. So I asked it to kind of sort of clarify that. Why does it think that? It's gone into the fact that obviously the metrics are pointing to that, but also it thinks it's the more versatile and cost-effective car. So that'll be the one I'm going to do. That is the Skoda sorted, pictured, videoed, and as you can see, I'm incredibly hot and sweaty as a result of polishing it for the last couple of hours, but it's come up really, really nice, this car. I'm pleased with this. It was a good buy. Yeah, okay, it was a little bit of a strange one to buy last week. Slight bit of negotiating on the price, but I think well worth it. I'm quite hopeful on this car. You never know how these are going to do. Sometimes people like higher mileage, cheaper cars that have been well looked after, and this one really has. Very, very good service history. As you can see in here, it's in good condition. You can't really tell this car has done so many miles. I mean, look at the seats in the back. I mean, really, really nice. The amount of people who just don't service their cars every year, it shocks me all the time. But this one, the bloke has definitely looked after it. And I think the next owner is going to love it. So let's get it advertised and up for sale and see if the phone rings. Right, that is the Skoda advert done. What I do when I put this together is I look through all the documentation that the car came with, and I follow a sort of set pattern. So as like an introduction, I do the details of the car, do the specification, just some of the highlights. Obviously Auto Trader pulls most of that through, but I like to do the highlights of it. And then I go into details about the history, and then explain the car's condition and say that there's a full video that people can go and see. I was given this little tip about the stars. If you put the stars, I can't remember how many it is, you can probably count them there. But if you put the stars in between each line, when it appears on Auto Trader, it breaks the advert up nicely, otherwise it comes as one big block. So a little tip that I was given by another dealer, which has worked nicely. I find these adverts work well for me. In the introduction, I like to pull out some highlights that would get people interested. Stuff like the fact it's had its cam belt changed in 2020, as we know, which wasn't that too long ago. the fact that it will come with a warranty, that it will come with a new MOT, it will come with a service, and then the fact this car's got £20 road tax for the year is amazing, isn't it? So I've put that in there. The other thing you have to do is some attention grabbers at the top of the advert. So these are the things that when people are scrolling on the adverts, they can see them highlighted. So it's quite hard to come up with these. Even as a journalist, I struggle to write these, but with this one, I've gone with £20 tax, great history, as it's got lots of good service history, and the fact it's had a cam belt change. And I know from past experience, that's the first question I get asked. Right, that is the Skoda up for sale. The dealer kit will send that through to Auto Trader pretty much immediately, actually. Let's have a look, stock and ads. There it is, already popped through. It takes about 15 minutes for it to go live, and then once it's live, we'll see tomorrow how it's performed. You can see here, other adverts, very good performance. So, at Toyota Igo, 728 searches yesterday, 22 views, but look at that last week, 3,402 search appearances and 135 advert views. Why isn't it sold yet? Good morning. It is Tuesday, mid-morning, and today I am going to try and buy some cars. I've had a good look at Motorway. Every day there's lots of auctions, trade auctions on the likes of Motorway and CarWow, which are where members of the public sell their cars to dealers like me. And I check every day for ones that are local, because obviously if they're not local, you have to pay for transportation, which really eats into your margin. And if they're local, I can go and check them out when I've bought them and pick them up. There is one in Gosport, which is this Audi A1 Sport, which we'll have a look at. There is a Vauxhall Mokka, which is in Chichester, which is about 14 miles down the road. There's also a Hyundai i20, which is just down the road in Chichester too. And interestingly, there is a Nissan Qashqai, which is on the Isle of Wight, which is a ferry ride, but be a nice day trip. So what I'm going to do now is I run them through a spreadsheet where I put in how much I can pay for the car, or how much I can bid for the car, the fees that I get charged. Obviously there's no transportation because I can go and pick all these up. I do a reconditioning estimate, how much it's going to cost me to get the cars prepped. So that includes that service, MOT, safety check that I do on all cars. I do an allocation for warranty, because obviously I have to put a warranty on all these cars, and then off the back of that work out what profit there is left in the car. This doesn't include any of my time, doesn't include any of my overheads, so it's like it's a rough target. I like to aim for about between £1,000 and £1,500. Remember, when you're buying and selling used cars, consumers have a lot of rights, and they can come back to you. You know, I look after customers if there are problems, so that margin is effectively an insurance policy. If they do come back, that you have to fix the car. So I like to aim between £1,000 and £1,500 quid. A lot of dealers aim for more than that. I've got fewer overheads because I'm based at home, so I can work on smaller margins. So that's what I'm going to do. So the next thing to do is to work out which cars to buy. There's 4 there, which I think are all going to have pretty good retail ratings and good metrics from Auto Trader. As you know, I like to make sure that they're popular cars, that people want to buy them. So I'll run through all of the registrations and the mileages through Auto Trader's retail check. Now that uses AI to look at all of the different data points that Auto Trader has, everything from how quickly these cars are going to sell, to how many people are searching for them and what health the market's in. So I'm going to run through that data, and then we'll work out what they look like, work out our bidding strategy and put those bids in. Right, so I've got the data now from Auto Trader. I've put all of the regs in and all the mileages into Auto Trader's retail portal, and it's come up with the data. So the Audi A1 is an 88 retail rating, the Vauxhall Mokka is a 76, the Nissan Qashqai is a 97. I haven't seen many of those around. and the Hyundai i20 is a 95. So if I was just going on the retail rating, the Qashqai and the i20 are the ones to go for. There's the days to sell information, there's the market health as well. So what I've decided to do is put this into ChatGPT. So what I've done here is I've asked it, I've said, I have 4 cars that I can buy in a trade sale for my used car business. I'll post the cars and the numbers here. So I'm basically explaining what the Auto Trader retail rating is and what the projected days to sell are. What I've done is I've asked it to consider my margins, how much money I like to make, as I've just explained, and asked it which one it would buy. I've said also bear in mind other knowledge you have on the cars, their reliability and their popularity. Let's see what it says. I haven't done this before in this sort of level of detail. Normally I use Auto Trader's kind of AI system with those data and make my own choices, but a bit of an experiment this really, let's give it a go. So it looks at all the data, projected margin, the reserve price of the auctions. It's considering the popularity and reliability, saying the Audi A1 is known for its build quality and sporty feel, it's popular with young buyers. The Mokka is a popular SUV, appeals to families and individuals. The Qashqai is very popular, known for its reliability and practicality. And the i20 is reliable and economical car, appealing to first-time buyers. Recommendations. Qashqai, despite having the smallest projected margin, its very high retail rating, 97, and shortest projected days to sell, you can bid up to £6,000 to achieve your margin goal of around £1,000. It's a bit risky, I don't think I'm going to go that far, but interesting that it thinks that's the top one. Mokka, with the highest projected margin and reasonable retail rating and positive market health, this is another strong candidate. You can bid up to £4,650. So based on the data and considerations, Nissan Qashqai should be top, Mokka should be second, Audi A1 should be third, and the Hyundai i20 should be fourth. So I also have this so I've got this from a spreadsheet that I work out. Now I do this for all of the cars that I buy. So I've popped in all of that information, and then I sort of adjust it on what I would like to bid. So these are my suggested bids. These are the reserve prices. So the Audi A1, it's got a reserve price of 2631. I'm going to try 3245. So you might be thinking 3245 only gives me £974 margin. So I'm going to adjust that a little bit down. So 3021, which give me 1200 quid after fees. It's in Gosport, so it's local. I'm going to try that. The Mokka, a reserve price of 3139. It doesn't look like it's had the cam belt changed, so I'd have to explain that to a buyer. I'm thinking 3, 4, 5, 6. Random numbers, but I find that if you do a random number, sometimes ending in an odd figure, sometimes means you win on the proxy bidding system. The Qashqai. Now this is on the Isle of Wight, which involves a ferry journey, which is going to cost about 80 quid. It will be a full day out of the office, and I could get all the way over there and a taxi ride and find it's not any good. But it's a very high retail rating. There's not much money in it at the moment, even with the reserve price. So it's got £5,364 reserve, 250 odd quid fees, plus my allocation for prep and warranty would leave about 1200 quid. So 5876 would give me £728. Not worth doing. I'm going to go about 100 quid over the reserve there. Let's do 5. I quite fancy a trip to the Isle of Wight. High retail rating, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put that in. And the i20. So that is up for 3,387. Retail price of £5,000 after all of my costs would give me 1,100 quid-ish. At that, so 3679. This has got full service history and is in Chichester. 3679 would only give me 900 quid. 3511 would give me £1,000. Just having a closer look at the pictures on some of these cars, and the Hyundai has got some horrendous paint problems. all the way around the windows. All the paint seems to be coming off. Flaking paint. Paint coming off the window, off the pillar by the windscreen, off the A pillar. Chip on the. I mean, look. Yeah, I mean that is not worth. There's no way you'd get the margin in that. I'm not even going to bid on it. But I've bid on the Audi, I've bid on the Mokka, and I've bid on the Qashqai. I slightly increased my bid on the Qashqai because I think that is a good car, and it's got the best metrics. These auctions finish at 3:30. It's now just after 11 a.m. So we'll see what happens. Right, let's take a look at the email and see what we've won. Is there an email? There's no email yet. I'm a little bit early. It is 5 minutes after the auction finished. No, there it is. That's weird timing. We have won 2. And we didn't win 1. We have bought the Audi A1 for £2,800. And we've bought the Vauxhall Mokka for £3,139. We didn't win the Qashqai. What did that go for? Let's see. £1 more than I bid. So that's a proxy bid. I bid £5,515 and it went for £5,516. So the Mokka, I changed my bid on that in the end because I was a little bit worried about some of the damage. So I bid 3,212 and I won it for pretty much the reserve, 3,139. Let's put that in the spreadsheet. And the Audi A1 was £2,800. I bid 3,021. So the Audi A1, I've got £1,400 in it as it stands after fees, and the Mokka, I've got £2,000 in it. That's not bad. 2 cars. That means I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars in stock. So I'm going to set about organising, picking them up. Morning. It is coming up to 7 a.m. on Wednesday, and I've just woken up, as you can see, and we've got a lead. Came in last night at about 10 past 10, and I'm going to find out what it's on. I'm interested in the Volkswagen Polo. Please can you contact me back? The red Polo. Need to get that aircon sorted then, don't we? Which I think the part is arriving for this week. Right, I'm going to deal with this. What else have I got to do today? Contact those cars that I won yesterday. Contact the people that own the cars that I won yesterday and arrange picking them up. Also just checking my reviews this morning, and this one's just popped in from Carla Baker. She bought the Qashqai last week. Been a bit slow for this review to pop in. I'm waiting for a couple of others. Not sure if there's a problem, but look at that, nice 5-star review. Nothing was hidden. Showed every mark on the car. Nothing was too much trouble. Restored my faith in buying used cars after many bad experiences. This always seems to happen. They come along like buses, these leads. Phones just rung. I've booked in the Volkswagen Polo lead from this morning, or from last night that I replied to this morning. He wants to come and see that red Polo on Sunday. Probably 30 minutes after I did that, phone rang. Somebody wants to come and see it this afternoon. So I'm going to go and pick it up from the garage, give it a clean, and see how that goes. I said to both buyers, it's basically a first come, first served situation. People can put a deposit down, fully refundable £100 deposit, which takes the car off sale if they want to. But neither of them have done it, so it would be the first one to see it and wants to buy it. Right, sit rep for you. The current situation is as follows. We've got 2 leads on the Volkswagen Polo, the red one. One of them has come in at 4:30 today. It's now just after 2. I'm going to pick that up from the garage. I'm going to take the Skoda Octavia there, swap it over. Check on the white Polo, ready for handover on Friday, hopefully. I've made contact with both of the cars that I bought yesterday, the owners of those cars. One of them's just down the road, which I'm going to pick up on Friday, and the other one I'm going to probably get next week. Right, bit of car cleaning to do, and hopefully this person likes the Polo this afternoon. Well, that's annoying. That is the engine warning light has come on the Skoda on my drive round to the garage. It's frustrating. I mean, I took this for a decent test drive before I bought it, and this is what happens when you buy used cars. These things happen. Absolute result. Carl has got his own personal diagnostics machine with him, and he's going to plug it in for me while I'm here. We might find out immediately what was wrong with it. Yeah, it was fine up until driving it around.
What you get.
So it knows what car you've plugged it into just by the OBD port?
It should do, yeah. What it does is it asks you, you'll see in a sec. It's very rare that it doesn't pick up the VIN straight away.
I take it that's a good beat.
Generally a good beat, yeah. So yeah, you can do it manually, or you just click on VIN, auto detect.
That's the VIN. Engine control module.
Yeah.
Air conditioning fault 2. Electronic central electric fault 3.
What I tend to do is some of these will be historical faults.
Right.
So I tend to get rid of them all.
Yep.
And then scan it again.
The air conditioning needs regassing.
Right.
It's back now, it's fine.
Yeah.
The air conditioning's still
Right,
fault.
okay, so the air conditioner is a current one. Yeah.
Oh, so basically needs a regas.
Yeah, it just needs a refill, yeah.
All right.
And that'll go away once that's done.
Well, that was handy, wasn't it? Thank you, Carl, for sorting that out. Looks like it just needs an aircon regas. Weird that set off the engine warning light. But he's cleared all the other faults. They're going to give it an aircon regas, and hopefully that sorts it. I'll give it another test run, and we can obviously go back and plug it in again if there is another issue. That is a result, I think. Right, back here, home in the Polo, ready to give it a clean. I mean, it's pretty clean. It's already just had its MOT, it's had a service, because obviously I sold this car already. This is the car that had the problem with the aircon. I didn't know how to fix. Now we know how to fix it. Part is there at the workshop ready to install next week. So this is near enough ready to go. Well, it certainly will be early next week. Phone's running again. This time it's the Nissan Duke. So someone wants to come see it tomorrow. So books are in, 6:30, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. tomorrow. Just going to come and have a look at that. Strange, isn't it? Why Wednesday is the phone ringing all day? I mean, we like it. I was a little bit worried this morning that it was quiet. 10 minutes before the viewing, lifeboat page has gone off. So I've had to call the customer and say, I can't do the viewing because I've got to go there. It was only a matter of time before that happened. Fortunately, the customer was understanding. But it's not great, is it? This is what happens when you juggle too much. That's the lifeboat job complete, and I'm back home. I've managed to call the guy who wanted to see the Volkswagen Polo, and he's still around, so he's come to see it now. So hopefully he's not too annoyed that I changed our appointment earlier. Test drive of the Polo complete. Customers raining. They're not sure. They've been out to see 6 cars today. My red Polo's the last one. They're weighing up between this and a Hyundai i20. So I said, go and have a little think about it. You know, you've seen a lot of cars. It's a lot to take in. So have a little think and sleep on it. It's normally best when you've got to make a big decision like buying a new car. So that's what they're going to do. I said if they want to come back, give it another test drive, they're very welcome to. Obviously got that other guy who's coming to see it on Sunday, which I explained. So we'll see what happens. Busy day. It is Thursday lunchtime, and I've just heard back from the people who came to see the Polo yesterday, and they don't want it. They didn't give me a reason why. They just said it's not the car for them. Oh well. I need to go and pick up the Duke from the garage because someone's coming to see that at 6 p.m. Probably not going to be able to clean it because it's peeing it down. But yeah, let's see what happens with this one. I'm not having the best of luck, am I, with warning lights this week? I think that is a tyre pressure warning light on the Polo. Luckily, I am heading to the garage now, where hopefully we can sort that out. I hope it's just needs some air. We will see.
Afternoon, sir.
Me again.
How you doing?
See if we can sort those tyre pressures out. Because this has got a viewing on Saturday.
Not an exact science.
Is it not?
Some of them it's like 1 or 2 psi, and then I've had others that are like 10 psi down. It's not.
Yeah.
Not turning off.
What was it on?
That one was on 32.
Hopefully it's not going now.
30.
That's the one that I thought looked low, but
That's on 30.
is it?
That one's on 20.
Is it?
I'd say that's probably got a name on it somewhere.
20 psi. Oh, there you go. Oh no, it's just a stone. So it could just be a dodgy valve, or the valve wasn't tightened up.
Loose, yeah.
Oh, hopefully that's it.
I'll check the pressure again in the morning and see
And
if it's gone down.
we just have to reset it now, don't we? Just press that button inside. Is that
Yeah.
tyre pressure light sorted on the Polo? Car shuffled, Mini at the back, Octavia there ready and waiting for someone to come and see it, and the Duke ready for its viewing in a couple of hours. Well, that's annoying. Just got a message from the Duke viewer saying that they found another car and they don't want to come and see the car now tonight, which I've just been to the garage to pick up, which I might just turn around and take back again so I can get the Polo here, because the Polo's done and ready to hand over. Oh, frustrating. It's going to be one of those weeks, isn't it? It's going to be one of those weeks. Anyway, the phone has rung again. This time somebody wants to come and see the Skoda Octavia. He has got a 160,000 mile Skoda Octavia, and he's interested in my 113,000 mile one. His one's on a 57 plate, mine is on a 15 plate, so it's obviously newer. Quite like it when people who've got high mileage cars come and look at high mileage cars, because they know what to expect. They know if they've been looked after, it's good, but also they're understanding that there is a little bit of wear and tear here and there. So he's come to see that on Saturday. I've got the guy who wants to see the red Polo on Saturday. He hasn't told me what time yet, so we'll see what happens with those two. Frustrating about the red Polo not wanting it today. Frustrating that the Duke has cancelled after I've just been to the garage to pick it up. But these things happen. The highs and lows in the motor trade. It's funny how it just switches in an instant. Morning, Friday. And some juggling to do today. It's going to be one of those days. This is the Nissan Duke, which I need to get back to the garage after that. Customer didn't want to drive it yesterday, which is annoying. but it happens. I've got to go and pick up the white Polo because that's been picked up at 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. I've got to go and buy the Audi today, the Audi A1 that we bought earlier in the week. I've got to record the Car Dealer podcast this morning, available on all good podcasting platforms. Please check it out. And there's lots of other stuff to do. Better get moving. Duke dropped off. White Polo to collect. I'll be back later for that and that. Can't point my fingers properly because they are being test driven tomorrow, potentially. We'll see how that goes. Handover gift sorted. Went for a bottle of Prosecco this time and a nice bunch of flowers. Off to pick up the Audi. Little family trip out. She's probably going to be a car dealer, isn't she? Maybe. Well, I am pleased with that. That was a relatively, well, no, it was not relatively, it was a very smooth transaction. This A1 is in great condition for its age. Really, really pleased with that. Lovely lady I bought it from. Interestingly works for a local business who I actually know, See Me Automotive, which I didn't know when I bought the car. But nice to have a connection. Nice to catch up with those guys there. Good condition for its age, 103,000 miles as we know. Importantly, has had the cam belt change. Half decent service history. I just need to decide what to do next in terms of getting it advertised. I have a feeling this one will sell quicker than some of the other stuff, so I might swap my slots around. Might get it advertised at the weekend. See how I feel. See whether I've got the energy to get it advertised after this week. But yeah, another one purchased. That's the Polo gone to its happy new customer. Hope Chloe loves that new car. She was certainly excited to pick it up. Even bought me a box of chocolates, which was not called for, but very welcome. And this is the car she's part exchanged. Lovely little Fiat 500. It's a great little car, this, isn't it? Love Fiat 500s. They've had a few of these, 2 of these, sold 2. And they've always done pretty well, sold really quickly. So hopefully this one will do the same. Looks like she's cleaned it for us. It was very smart, this. It's the 1.2, had the cam belt changed. Been very well looked after. Chloe and her dad, incredibly diligent owners, which is why I wasn't worried about buying this one. A nice way to end Friday and probably end this week's video. Got those 2 viewings tomorrow of the red Volkswagen Polo and the Skoda Octavia. I need to go and pick these up from the garage, but I might include them in a video update next week. If you've enjoyed this one, let me know in the comments. Thanks ever so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.